Okay, family. We are family. I got all my brothers and sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everyone, and sing. We are family. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day in the neighborhood. Okay? I'm with you, and I'm not going to be before long. I came on here because I wanted to sing a song. Nah, y'all don't mind this, Mr. Tooth. I done told people the story about that too. Sometimes I bring it up because I'm self-conscious in a sense, but not as much because I done got comfortable. When you get comfortable with, your followers, your fans, subscribers and stuff, it's not like it's a, oh, well. But when I hit and strike it rich, I'm spending some bars when I hit and strike it rich. I'm gonna get it fixed. Oh, when I hit and strike it rich, I'm gonna get it fixed. I done told the backstory of that. Okay, put a little bit of something on my lips, not too much, because I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show you what I'm working with. Okay, here we go. So, okay, what we have here is some cucumbers with some Italian dressing. So what I do is slice them up. Once I soak them in some vinegar and cold water, then I slice them up and then I let it marinate in the Italian dressing. And then we have my good old fried mushrooms. And what I use is the Louisiana catfish batter, the ones that's in the yellow package. And to keep the batter on to coat it, I just put a little bit of the grapeseed oil, olive oil, or whatever oil I may have for that day. That's how the seasoning stick. I do not use no eggs. I do not use no milk. And then we have over here some fried bell peppers, the same coating seasonings that I use on my mushrooms. This is what I'm having for my lunch. And I'm about to come on and show you, okay? So, no meat, just meat. No, mushrooms. Oh, and also my homemade honey mustard brown sugar sauce. If I don't have honey, I use agave, brown cinnamon, mustard, and honey. There you have it in the flesh. Now I'm about to make a short. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. I did a short and I had my video on mute. So if anybody's wondering, it's on mute. And this is what I'm having: fried mushrooms and bell pepper, fried bell pepper, and cucumbers, or with cucumbers. Okay, so healthy, healthy, healthy all the way around, y'all. Okay, I'm done with all that. And these right here, I call them French fries. Mm-hmm. Tastes amazing. So you can probably call this a mukbang live or whatever, because I'll be chatting and eating. Mm-hmm. Okay, what I want to discuss about today is one of my topics I want to talk about today. I think I will talk about weight loss struggles. Maybe I didn't put the subtitle, but I can change it. Okay. First off, I introduce myself. We are family. 5 year. Do you hear me? And so the topic I want to talk about today is weight loss. So when I talk about that, that can address multiple topics. Like for instance, this is not just about me. It's about anybody that's out there struggling with any kind of weight loss problems, issues, concern, so have you. And I am that person that has struggled, still struggling. But what helps me is when I speak about it. And again, I know there's other ways of getting help and um, doing things that we need to do for ourselves so we can be healthy and all of the above. I know all this, right? So that was just a little intro about the topic in the discussion and the chat. Anybody can wave in on anything far as something I'm saying. Like I said, tips, ideas, recipes, what you're doing, what you won't do. It doesn't matter because I'm not judging nobody, okay? I'm on this journey and we can do it together. And if you can help me, I want to help you. If I'm speaking about something that you probably had an answer about or a question about that is, and need an answer, maybe I can suggest something. And as I state just a little backstory, I say all the things that I have done before. And I'm not no nurse, doctor, psychologist, none of the above, disclaimer. But I am a person that speak my truth. I am a person that speak about something I've been through. I am a person that knows about things, and I'm not going to tell you to do it, but I will allow you to hear what I have done, and maybe you can like suggest it to a physician or something like that. No, okay. I worked with terminally ill patients. Yes, I have cancer. I started off as a personal care aide, PCA. Okay, and what that was is when I was going into the patient's house, doing their laundry, cleaning, a little light work that they couldn't do. And one would probably say, well, dang, if they couldn't do anything, they still had to eat and dishes needed to be cleaned. They needed their laundry and sheets and stuff like that washed and some dusted. And I even ran errands. Got paid for it. You put your mileage from when you start and when you finish. And the interest of me taking care of people, patients, kids. So that's the thing I say when I said earlier, I think this morning or before, I know a little bit of something. And again, I'm not no doctor, okay? I've taken care of, to my knowledge, 2 to 3 cancer patients. And I did it, let me see, both of them, okay, let me see, was in their homes. I had to think, because I did work in an assisted living facility. But the lady that I took care of, she was 93 years old. She never had a husband, child, or anything. She didn't even have no family for real. I think she had one relative living. hmm And you have small families, and they live in the same state but a different part. And so she told me, I remember this. She said if she could change anything, she wished she had been married and had a child. She loved me and I loved her. She was a Caucasian woman, and I know she loved me. And I used to take care of her from, I think it was like 7:30 to 12 or 1, Monday through Friday. Okay. On the weekends and sometimes weekdays, it depends. Because you heard what hours I said, right? I would go after taking care of her. I would go over to like maybe 2 to 3 more other people's homes and clean, light cleaning, laundry, maybe vacuum and dust, that type of thing. So that 2 hours, or so. And then the ones that had the serious illness, um, right to this day, and I'm being so honest, I don't understand why they took me or sent me to this person's house. I'm gonna tell you why. I was a certified nurse's assistant. There was LPNs and RNs and med techs and all these things and hospice and stuff like that. And certified nurse assistant, excuse me, could only do so much. They assigned me this lady, and I would have to be to work 7 o'clock in the morning. So that means I stayed ways from her too. And so, but I got there quick because it was the highway. I would be at her house from 7 in the morning to 7 at night. She had around the clock care. When I leave, somebody come in from 7 at night to 7 in the morning. So I said all that. And that was on sometimes Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and as needed in between. I don't know right to this day why they sent me to this woman's home. But I'm putting God in this, and I truly mean this, and I'm not being fake or nothing about it. My husband at the time, my second one that is, had experienced losing his wife due to cancer and a whole bunch of other underlying medical conditions, diabetes, all this stuff. And when I went to this woman's home, they told me why they wanted me to come to take care of her. I didn't question it. I did my job, but I'm just saying, like in the back of my mind, why did they send me over here type of thing? So I would go in there, sit with her, make sure she was clean. When they bed bound, flip them every hour to 2 hours so they won't get bed sores, and they have to have the proper mattresses so they won't get the bruises and the bed sores from not moving. Okay, and that's how you can prevent bed sores. Okay. So I'm at her house. I can give her meds. They have them in cups because the lady that left that morning, she would set up all her meds, and I can hand it to her in her hand or give it to her holding the cup because my hands is not touching it. That's a lot of things people don't know. Certified nurse assistants. Every state is different, but I'm telling you where I live at Midwest, okay? I did what I had to do. When I first went into this woman's home, she could talk. hmm She had a beautiful house. She had I'm looking right here because I have a sliding door. She had a sliding door and her bed. She had a bed in her living room right by her sliding door because her outside was so freaking beautiful. She had flowers and plants, and birds would come because she had bird feeders. Beautiful. So she had all this garden and beautiful flowers and colors and stuff to look at. I did this for, I want to say 14 days. And if it was a month, I don't think so. So I'm going to just say 14 days. The first time I went to this woman's home, did you hear me? She was talking, okay? She took a turn for the worse. She had cancer. And it was almost like when I went there and I'm like, what the freaking heck happened to her just this quick? She couldn't talk no more. She was almost in a comatose stage. So that's her about to transition. She wasn't able to eat, drink, or make a bowel movement. Okay. And oftentimes, when they can't make bowel movements, they have to have someone come in. That's where hospice came in at with the man. I did two people like this. So I'm kind of like talking about the both of them in a sense. She came in to clean out the bowel duct. Okay. And she needed help with the man, that is. So I went in there and I helped her. Didn't have a question, didn't ask what, didn't care. You have on your gloves, you have on the mask. Oh, well, it's not like I'm looking down in it. I know I turn my head and do things, right? And when I did that, I took an interest to wanting to know how I can become a certified nurse's assistant. I used to work for this company called Kelly Assisted Living, okay? And it switched over to Kelly Home Care. It was a agency where it wasn't temp, but they will assign you to people's home because of the people's insurance. Let me say it like that. It wasn't no temp service. So they do a background check on me, and of course they know about the families and the insurance part, right? So I asked the lady that about the CNA part. So I went back to my job and I asked them some questions and stuff like that. Of course, CPR, first aid. I have the infant, child, and adult because it used to be adult and children. All three of us, babies, children, and adult CPR is different. Okay, so I did a test. Ooh, goodness. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it had 250 questions, and I passed. I got my pen, my certificate, and I said, what the freaking heck? You can tell me nothing. So that's how I ended up becoming a CNA, because I was a personal care aide at first. When I went to that woman's house, as I said, and her health had declined, my heart was in awe. I'm so serious. And so, like I said, I had to switch her. I turned her so she could see her flowers and stuff. And then I had to switch her this side. But I love when she was looking out that window because I know she was looking at heaven or something. I don't care. I'm just saying, flowers and birds. And she was at peace in her mind and everything. And I had called one of her relatives. Now, this is the thing, her grandson was taking care of her. And he couldn't do it no more because it was so emotional for him. He was just all over the place because family. She was in her home. She went in on nursing home. Some people have that money to where they don't need to go in on assisted living facility or nursing home. I'd rather for my loved one to go in the assisted living facility because it's almost like an apartment to me. That's the way I can explain it because I done seen several. A nursing home remind me of a hospital. They just put people there and leave them there. That's my opinion. So they called me or I called them. And they said, "You see that book on the counter?" And I saw what they was talking about. Beautiful book somebody had made for her and had beautiful words and motivation, inspiring words and flowers and trees and pictures and everything was just beautiful. She said, "Read this book to her." Mm, mm, mm. I started reading the book to the lady. I showed her the pictures and everything. I didn't get finished with this book. I'm just say that. And she did this. She kind of like did a puff. I never experienced nobody passing away in front of me, okay? And she was looking at me as if she was talking with her eyes. And when she did that, I said these words to her. I said, "Don't you do this to me. Don't. Don't you do this to me." She took her last breath. Okay. Of course, I called the ambulance and try to revive her and all that stuff like this here. So, because sometimes you can revive people, right? I called her family, ambulance. They called and everything. And the family came. And the first person I could think of at that point in time was my second husband. See, I don't bash nobody, okay? Despite whatever happened with me and him, I cried like a freaking baby on that phone because I never experienced anything like that. I give a damn if I knew the woman for one day. That was heart. My heart broke. Ooh, just talking about it. So he told me I was gonna be okay. My husband, that there is. Her family came. I just, this is where I'm explaining. People probably say I'm being dramatic. I felt like I was on a red carpet event. The way they told me thank you, the way they just hugged me and told me they appreciated me for being there for her on her last breath. I had to put clothes on this woman. I had to put the pin or pamper on this woman. I had to clean this woman up that had already transitioned over. Okay. I told my kid's father, and he said that was meant for me to be there. At first, he said, "That's your story." He said that. But that broke my heart. I don't need no answers. God gave me an answer. It was meant for me to be there for her, I guess. So the man, I was in his home before hers. His name was Ira. He had the same name as my mom's dad. He lived in this ranch style home, white, nice area, beautiful home. He didn't have a wife or kids. And he had like his important information, like numbers to reach out to someone, And he had an LPN. I was a PCA worker at that time. When I worked with the lady, I ended up being a certified nurse's assistant. He had an LPN, and then he had the hospice lady come in his home. That's how I took an interest to want to be a certified nurse's assistant. And the LPN woman and the hospice lady, I just thanked them so much. Because if it wasn't for me being placed there and meeting them and helping them and asking questions, because I'm that person, I wouldn't have never been no certified nurse assistant. Well, I'm going to say it like that. Never say never, but my mind went in that direction because I did child care. I was a licensed babysitter and a registered child care provider and still am. Foster mom too. He had a nice home. Everything that he owned, his money and stuff, was given to an animal shelter. I think it was, what is it called? Humane Society or something like that. Everything, his whatever, money, donated, gave, okay? It was Christmas week of Christmas, or the next day was Christmas or something. I had just gotten off work and the girl was there. I was just a PCA worker at the time. She was a licensed practice nurse, and she was so nice. Her husband, he used to barbecue, and he used to be in contests and traveled and made real good barbecue and sauces and stuff like that. And she was the one that gave me a real quick recipe to make some cheese balls. Sister, if you're on here, my sister love them. But anywho, that's the story in itself. I went downstairs in this man's basement. Clean. And I'm talking about it's a board of health. I don't even think there was dust down there. Clean. He didn't have no creepy basement. But the thing that creeped me out, though, is I went down there, and where the washer and dryer was, because I was a PCA work, that is, right here, right? There was a lit up area. Let me say it like that. Lights. Clean. Do you hear me? And like I said, I would have to wash like sheets and maybe clothes, towels, etc. Excuse me. So one day I was just being curious. I wasn't rambling. I was curious. Just be honest with you. I said, what the heck could be back there in this dark area? I mean, literally, you can see now, remind you of a creepy movie. Scary, creepy movie. If you was in that house, you would probably say, damn, they could film a movie in here. Mind you, I said he lived in a ranch style home. And it was so long. I turned on another switch. Never thought of it until that one day I was curious, okay? Turn on another switch, and it was two more switches. Because the first one you could see, but you couldn't see, and then you turn on another one, you could see everything lit up, okay? This man had down there in that basement, when I tell you he had MREs, if you know what that is, meals ready to eat, military, okay? Like his father was in the army, I was a military wife. Meals ready to eat, out the yin to the yang, okay? He had flashlights, batteries, and blankets, and all kinds of stuff. First aid kits, and what you call those things? Those kerosene lamps, and all that. I'm so freaking serious. This man had so much stuff down there. He was ready to donate the world to come to an end. Remember when COVID happened? That man was set, okay? a lot of stuff. I don't even know what kind of dollar amount I could put on it. That man had so much stuff. He had a big basement, and it wasn't messy looking down there. He had everything almost like organized. And I was like, whoa, wow. So, anywho, he might have served in the military. I don't know. But I know my kid's father did. And when he served in the military, he showed me how to survive. And I say that to say, like, um, I make my first aid kits, meaning I get a shoebox. I can go in there in my closet in that hall and show y'all all I have. And I get some ace bandages. I got alcohol, peroxide, witch hazel, some A&D ointment, ace bandages, if I didn't say that. Flashlights. He told me not to keep the flashlights in the flashlight, have it sitting by it because it could drain it. He used to also tell me, put your batteries in the refrigerator. They will last longer. My kid's father did. He also showed me how to iron BDUs, which is the military uniforms they had to wear, how to fold them, how he packed his duffel bag. I was that woman. I was that wife. And I miss it. I love the military life. I'm going to keep saying that. I love being a military wife. I traveled. Been to a foreign country for 4 years. I lived in Stuttgart, Germany. Stuttgart, Germany. Look it up. They got where he was stationed at was Echterdingen Air Force Base. We lived on Nelliken Barracks, and then they had Robinson Barracks, and then they, uh, uh, another one. I can't think of that one right offhand. PX Commissary. Y'all know all about that. Military talk, right? Salute. I felt like I was in it. I used to help him with his tests and everything. So, anywho, back to the man. I was going home, leaving. I get excited talking about the military. I do. Because that was a good time in my life. I was a young mom, young wife, traveled with my husband, supported my husband. My husband was in for 15 years. He got out of that. He went to Desert Storm. He was in war. I was in Germany when he went to war. Okay. With 3 kids. No family. None. None. And I honestly believe right to this day, my kid's father going to the Gulf War is what made him sick. Okay. He would never tell me. He was that person. But anyhow, that's the story in itself. He's no longer here, by the way. Um, I miss that man. You hear me keep saying that too. And I'm not gonna stop. All 4 of my kids' father. Nothing bad to say about him, even if I wanted to. I loved him and he loved me. And this man, Ira, that is, I went home and the girl, the LPN nurse, called me and she said, guess what? He passed. Matter of fact, I wasn't even home probably in an hour. She called me. I said, whoa, I just left. Just left. He passed away. He had cancer. The lady I mentioned before him, she had cancer. I took care of a man, but his wife was in the home. She was a little bitty old thing, about 4 feet probably. And he, ooh, goodness, he was tall, okay? He was tall. Hell, I believe he was probably 6'5" or something. If he wasn't, he was tall. She was little. He had a feeding tube where she would give him like Ensure or whatever, she gave him to feed him through his feeding tube. And this is where the catch come in. And I kind of felt stupid, but I didn't because I didn't know. I was young and new to being a certified nurse assistant. I didn't know everything, you know what I'm saying? They should have had a lift hoist. So like if the person is bedbound, you can't lift them. and you might need a little assistance, like his wife could have helped me move his legs this way or whatever, and I put him underneath and raise it up, so get him out the bed. Honey, boom. That man, I was getting ready to take and give him a shower. Got him to the shower, and he had a seat and stuff like that in there. He wasn't gonna stand up. Oh my goodness, he lost balance. She couldn't help me. And I said to myself, you're not gonna fall on me. This is my mind. I said out loud. Oh, you're not gonna fall on me. Please don't let this man fall. So in the midst of me breaking him for falling, I messed up my back. I done told this story before too. So it got me disabled from me being a certified nurse's assistant. I had to go to physical therapy, not chiropractor, because my opinion, physical therapy, I feel is better than chiropractor when you injured yourself. I'm not saying it's not good. Hey, listen, it gets kinks out, okay? Air pockets and all that stuff, because when your bones popping, that's air, okay? I know something, y'all. I'm that woman. I went to physical therapy. I got workman's comp. Then, when it was time for me to, to see if they could reevaluate me to go back to work, I still couldn't. I was that jacked the hell up. My back popped. When I say popped, it popped. I don't know what popped in it, but it popped. So I had to still continue the therapy for the physical therapy. And this went on for about a half a year, about 6 months. I had to even have some these like electrical pads on the back of my back that like kind of like, how you go to a massage therapist or not massage therapist, how you go to get your feet pedicure and you feel that thing rolling and massaging your back. I guess you could call it massage therapy, but you know what I'm saying. In the chair, I had one of those on, and then this thing that kind of put a little bit of electricity in my back or whatever, and it monitored. So I'm telling you, there's things out here you can't say you're using it. They monitor you. So I still was having problems because, like I said, right to this day, I am. Everything that happens to you, you might sue. You might sue or get money and get a lawyer and so on and so forth. And I had to, being honest, because I couldn't go back to my work, and they couldn't fire me because I didn't do anything to get fired. So I had to get a lawyer. And I wasn't able to go back to that job. So being that I wasn't able to go back to that job, I got short-term disability. Not SSI, there's a difference, okay? I'm not slow. And I don't care if someone is. If you need it, get it. If you need it. So I started doing babysitting. Mm-hmm. Fast forward, fast forward, because I ain't gonna put all this out there. My kid's father, when he passed away, I was his wife. I get his benefits. So I say that to say someone has said something to me, get a job the other day. I'm just being honest. People know what you're talking about before you say something. Say this to the people that you see that's out here panhandling. They may need to. We don't need to judge no one. I say this. There's a lot of veterans. People need to be ashamed how they treat them. They served our country. They come back with, what's that, PSTD, PTSD, or whatever it is, post-traumatic stress syndrome, or whatever the hell you call it. They come back with that. Flashback. My kid's father had flashbacks. I used to have to wake him up, but in a delicate way, because when a person's having a flashback, it's almost like, to me, I'm just saying, you don't know where their state of mind is. It's a mental thing for one. And you done been to war, you thinking about that, don't come swinging on me. I'm just saying. And so I used to have to wake him up out of his sleep and stuff like that. And somebody said to me the other day, I had put a registry on my community wall. I did. And I said, I typically don't do this. I said, but I want to make Christmas miracles for my grandchildren. 5, that is. And someone, this lady shared it. And like I said, thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing it out. And someone, I don't know if they got on hers or mine, but it's still, she shared it. And I saw it because it was my link. She said, you YouTubers, get a job, exclamation mark. Now, I'm going to say this. The old me, I would have fed into it. But see, I don't think one way. I said to myself, she has a right to say it. But say it to the ones that done probably got you, or say it to the ones that you see that's out here acting like someone owed them something. Don't nobody owe me nothing. No one. And as I keep saying, I take care of myself. And I could take care of myself very well. And I'm going to keep saying that because don't nobody need to get on her talking about, well, she need to get a job. This is a job here, but this is not my job. I sell jewelry. I done came on here, did a live before. I've been doing my business since October 18, 2019. I have to turn it around. October 18, 2019. I got an ID number and everything. I can show you. It's paparazziaccessories.com/334-014. You can go on there and check. You'll see my whole page set up and everything. I have a website, which is www.monalajewelz.com. I have a business. So it ain't like I got one income, okay? So that right there in itself, get a job. No, I ain't a mother with 5. I'm a grandmother with 5. I raised my 4. Me and my kid's father, okay? All these people, and I ain't putting no name out here, having 6 to 7. Float your boat, okay? Whatever floats your boat. Keep having till you have 20. Float your boat. But I'm saying this in the sense of, ain't nobody obligated to give no one nothing. Ain't nobody obligated to do nothing for no one. Sometimes people do things out of the kindness of your heart. I just put that up there. If don't nobody do nothing, what am I supposed to do? Sit up and cry? But I say this, why is it so hard for the people that is really, really, really in dire need? As I say, I could take care of me. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I was in debt, okay? I had to pay it off. A large amount of money before I moved in here. People know about renting and buying stuff. And if you owe, you can't get nothing. Or you can, but you have to pay this significant amount of money because of your credit score and all this, that, and the third, right? Mine's just jacked the hell up. Because I take accountability for me allowing people to let me go down that road. I have never been in debt. I have never had to stay with my baby daughter. And I tell her this all the time. No, I'm not saying it because I felt bad. I did feel bad because I'm living with my daughter and me falling short to helping others. I allowed that to destroy me. Okay? This is truthfully. I pulled myself out of the debt that I was in. And when I say debt, I ain't talking about no 2,000. I ain't talking about no 3,000, no 4,000. Honey, it was up there, okay? I was in debt one time for $15,000 in rents of child support. You want me to say it again? Me and my kid's father paid child support to each other. We both raised our kids. They live with him. They live with me. When they was living with me, he paid me child support. When they was living with him, I had to pay child support. I did not take my kids from their father. He was a good father, an amazing father, excellent father. He died on Father's Day, okay? And who the hell do I think I am if I was to take my kids' father from them or my children from their father? Selfish. We raised our children. I provide for my children. I had my wages garnished until I got hurt and I couldn't work and the payments piled up. But I'm going to tell you this, April of 2014, I paid that whole total amount off. I don't owe it myself. I didn't take out no loans. I didn't have no credit cards. My tax, when I worked, taxes, went to it. Even when I was married to my second husband, they couldn't take his taxes, but they took mine. I forget the name of the damn thing. Hell, I done did it so much, I should know. And so it was my child support, not his. So it would take us a little bit longer to get our money, you know, of course, or whatever. So that helped because it went to it. Did I get mad? No. Why would I? Those are my babies. It's going to them. They told me a story one time. Mom, Daddy got all this money one time and he don't know where he got it from. So when they told me kind of the backstory of it, I ended up telling them where it came from. Okay. So I'm just saying, I ain't out here being no pity buzz, pity party. But I tell you one damn thing, I'm like, damn, can somebody sometimes share some light on the subject for me? Because, oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Life be happening, and you ain't got no control over every damn thing that happened in your life. You having to raise your grandchildren. I raised my kids. But I guess say my kids too. Grandchildren. Children. So that was what that's about. So I don't need nobody saying, oh, she got these kids. They my grandchildren. Ugh. Get a job. You get a job. Furthermore, I ain't asked you to do nothing. I ain't asked nobody to do nothing for me. But I know there's good people out here in this world. There's good Samaritans and everything. People know their Secret Santas and people know about giving. It's the holidays and making kids' wishes come true. Look, they got that darn St. Jude's Hospital on commercials on TV, even for dogs, right? That's all that was about. I ain't asked nobody to give me no money. No. But I tell you this. See, this is why I put scriptures and stuff on this page. God see all. This is how I look at it. Scenario. One time I was working in the PX military store, that is. I ran the front part of the store. Back then, they didn't have all this scanning and stuff. You had to push those buttons in the register, right? So I had to open up the front part. I had to clean the windows. I had to stock the front. It was a small PX. It wasn't a big one, but it had clothes and house stuff and electronics. So someone ran the back part where the other stuff is. When it was time to open, I would open, greet the people and everything. I remember one time I had accidentally put an extra zero on the cash register. I fixed it though. And if I don't know how, I'm going to call for help. But I figured it out. And I corrected it because, like I said, back then you had to do stuff manual. So I have always said, you ain't going to catch me slipping. Because in the cash register, up in the ceilings, on some clothes, on the floor. But see, I don't have that mindset. But this is me giving an example about me being honest. I said, somebody's looking at me. And if ain't nobody looking at me, I know this man upstairs is. He's the only one who can judge me for anything that I may have done. And it ain't much. It ain't. If I may have done something to someone, and I know I didn't do it, but I feel like, hey, they're a little distance from me, it ain't me for real. It ain't. I could be the bigger person. I had a friend. I'm just not gonna put no name. It was a girl. And me and her was talking, da 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 da. Like my daughter said, people come in your life for reasons, seasons, lessons, blessings, and she was really there for me. But as time went on, I seen or saw something different. Okay, still not judging, because that's how she is. I'm the way I am. She had always remembered me being quiet, skinny, and shy. She said, "Girl, we ain't seen each other and heard from each other in over 40 years." She reconnected with me through Facebook because she just had gotten to Facebook in 2016 or something like that. Anywho, her sister told her to get it, so we reconnected, and she came pick me up, and we kicked it, and I went back down there, and then I was going through something, and I stayed at her house, and every night I would cry myself to sleep because there was so much going on. My kid's father was sick. I was helping my sister and a whole bunch of other stuff that I was going through. Still needing to heal from the loss of my mom, the loss of my brother, etc., etc., etc. She helped me, but I had to cut it loose because I'm not fake. If I see a person being this way, being that way, I'm not gonna put it all out there, but being some kind of way, and I know it's some kind of way that I don't want to be and be around it. Ain't no one. I can remove myself politely. I'll speak, talk to you, but it ain't gonna be like it was. But I would always remember what she's done for me. But see, she didn't know what I was going through, but still, I give her credit because it helped me to heal. I didn't use her. Mm-mm. But I was covering up some pain by, we was having good time. We was having fun, like we was teenagers and stuff like that, and that was really healthy. She has the most amazing hospitality. See, I'm not a messy person. Mm-mm. And I say that to say, I end up calling her, and I said something in my spirit told me to call her, and I had put it off prior. And I said, let me call her. I am so glad I reached out to her. She had just got out of the hospital because she had something seriously happened to her. And I said, look at God. I'm so serious. This is honest truth. God knows in heaven I'm telling the truth. See, and then you tell me, I need someone that's gonna stay on me. I'm that person. I need someone that's gonna be positive, and I don't need the negative stuff in my life because of the situation she had went through. And I said, girl, I'll be that person in your ear. I did. But you shy away from me. I always say this. I think people don't want to be around me or have anything to do with me because I know the way I am, and they see this aura. Maybe they see something. Maybe it's God's way of blocking me too, because he's tired of people coming in my life and hurting me because he knows that I am a good, genuine person. I don't care. God knows. He's sitting right down here. I wish he was here so he can tap me on my shoulder and y'all can look at him too. Mhm. Me. I done cried so much in my life. I done been through so much in my life. I ain't gonna never give up on myself, like taking my life. I was talking to somebody about that the other day, that man in the gym. But anyhow, that's a story in itself. Like I said, I have a lot of topics. We could talk about depression, suicide. We could talk about anxiety. We could talk about eating. We could talk about weight. We could talk about blood pressure, cancer. We could talk about diabetes. We could talk about sleep apnea. There's other things I can share with y'all. A lot of things I can share with y'all. I have a testimony in me. I've been tested, and the test is my testimony that I went through. I got pictures of things. Like I said, I'm going to share it. I have a picture that I took. I mean, it was not a picture, excuse me. I have a video that I took yesterday of a picture that I was telling y'all about I was going to find. And it laid on my heart because I had to find something else too. And I said, you know what? Look for that picture because you keep telling everybody this. You know what I'm saying? So it's a picture of me, my baby sister, and I'm just going to go and say my stepsister. It was my mom's husband's daughter, and she's been in my mom's life ever since she was 4. But see, I wasn't raised up in that home. My dad raised me. My mom raised me. We was raised in a home with 2 parents. Later on in life, things go the way it goes, right? So I'm lucky to say I was in a house with 2 parents. Okay. hmm Hey, that's truthful. I didn't have nothing against my mama's husband, but he wasn't my dad. I respected him. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how I say that. So it's us 3 in it. And it was on my sister's birthday, the dates on it and everything. And she called me on Messenger yesterday and she said, you put that, I think somebody told her. She said, you put a picture of us on Facebook? I said, go look. It's on there. And so she commented and everything. I was so freaking small. I mean, I'm looking at the picture. I had finger waves. I used to love getting finger waves because I had Graves' disease. That's another thing I tell people. My hair used to fall out. And what started growing my hair back at that time, I was getting perms, okay? And I started with finger waves and then my hair grow. I never had a problem with my hair growing. I could cut my hair off right now and you'd be turning around like, did you just cut your hair off last month? My hair grows real fast. And so I had the Graves' disease, but see, I stopped, almost got sidetracked. I stopped putting chemicals in my hair. The only chemicals I might put in my hair, you might hear me say, is rinse, a black rinse, and that's maybe twice a year. Okay, I have a lot of gray hairs. I started seeing the first gray hair I started seeing in my head. I think I was probably 27, 28 before 30. I say that, and it's a hereditary trait thing. My dad said it. So anywho, because I had more gray hairs than my mom. Yes, and my older sister. And I was a little self conscious at one time. And so I started putting rinses in my hair. But you know what? All that is gone. That's the old me because I love me for me. Um, and it may have played a factor with, thinking that, hey, will nobody want to talk to me type of thing. I'm just being honest. But it never was. You know, uh, my kid's father, of course, he loved me, my second husband, and then uh, the other relationship too. See, I'm gonna just leave those things there because I can get into some stuff. And so I had to be truthful with myself on my weight loss journey. Okay. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about was what do you do? How do you deal with it? If you have any questions about what I was saying, I have a lot of I have a lot of topics that I can address as far as um, medical conditions. I share backstories about me being a certified nurse's assistant. I'm trying to do a little recap. Um, how I started and the patients, because I almost got teary eyed. I did on one of them, and then the one that that loved me was the lady in the assisted living facility because she could talk. Okay, and she just she was getting well, she was older. I don't like saying old. And she just needed that extra help because she retired. She owned her home, beautiful home. And honey, she had so much money, she was giving that way scholarships. Seriously. Her lawyer would come in there, and I'm gonna go just say this. I had to leave out the room because I wanted to. I didn't want to hear their business. But I was on the outside of the door and I heard him say, why are you giving this person this amount and you giving this person one amount, like 5,000 to 10,000? That's her money. She can do what she wants. She giving. If she's giving 3 people 5,000 and 10,000, what are you talking about? So seriously, I didn't say nothing. I just heard this. One day I couldn't go to work. I had to go somewhere important. So they had a replacement person come in there and take care of her in the nursing facility, assisted living facility. Nice. Looked like apartments, okay? She had her own bathroom, TV, room, bed, dressers, not closet, all that. She didn't share with nobody. Didn't look like no doctor's hospital rooms or nothing. And I didn't go to work. And when I went in there, I would go in there and I would greet her because she'd be holding her head down, sleep, or doing her crossword word searches. Not word searches, crossword puzzles. She said, "Where was you at?" And I told her. She said, "Don't ever do that no more." She hated that person. I ain't gonna say hated. She did not like that I wasn't there. Let me say it like that. And so her last name was Reed. That was my best friend's name. Elementary, middle school, and high school. Last name is Reed. Oh, here's the gag. Her cousin, which is a guy I met in 2016. Reed. Mm-hmm. Reed, Reed. And so I would tell my mom about her. She was so sweet. One time I went in there, I ain't gonna get all grossed out about it, and she couldn't do the number 2 or whatever. And she said, "You better not tell nobody." And we would have to that's why I said she could walk. She had a walker, but she could walk. Her the dining room area is right by her room. So she had to leave out her room, walk, they go to the dining room. Nice. Nice. She'd sit in her seat. She liked the black coffee, toast, and she'd have a white styrofoam cup with peanut butter in it with a tissue over it with a rubber band around it. She'd sit and cut her toast in 4s and spread it on that toast, sip her coffee. She'd probably take 2 sips and ask me, could I go get her some more? She'd count her pills. And I know why she do it now because I do it. Like, say, for instance, I have some supplements right here. I got to take them. This is vitamin C and Essentia. So I typically take those 2 together because vitamin C and Essentia is for the immune health. So I went in there and I told the nurse, I said, "Miss Reed is having problems with doing number 2. Because she had told me not to tell nobody. Honey, she got back to that room. I don't know what they gave her. Because there was nurses, registered nurses, CAMTs, or whatever they call their names now. Because I don't think they do registered nurse and LPNs now. It's all these fancy dancy words and stuff for it now. But anywho, she went. More to the story, I'm not going to let her suffer. I used to go to the store with her. She trusted me with her checkbook to go to a store called Osco's. It's no longer Osco's. It's CVS now, okay? Used to be called Osco's. I go in there. She liked it to have like maybe $10 on her cash to get her some Depends and pencils and notebook pads and something like a little snack or something. She trusted me. I trusted me. Because I ain't doing nothing, honey, boom. I ain't going to go nobody's prison, okay? So, of course, hell. Her bank show. I take her items back with receipt. And sometimes she'd try to give me money. And I told her, no, 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 no. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. See, you got to be professional. Okay? My daughter used to do the same kind of work, and she went to this one lady's house, and the woman did drugs. I'm just keeping it real. And she would ask my daughter all the time for some cigarettes, or could she buy her some, a little change. So I reported it to the lady. This is how I came full circle around. My brother's girlfriend, I used to babysit my niece, okay? She got my daughter the job. So I let her know because she was a supervisor of the place. And she told her not to go back there no more. The woman knew she wasn't supposed to ask for no money or nothing. She knew because she was, fully aware, okay? She just needed help because whatever her condition was. And so, lighthouse work, keeping and stuff, PCA work, personal care work. And my daughter would tell me, my daughter's quiet, but I said, you need to let her know. So I let her know, and she didn't send her back over there because the woman was really asking all the time. So that's why I'm throwing that out there. I'm not taking advantage of nobody. I've been in a lot of people's homes. And when I say a lot of people's home, I'm talking about not a lot of people's homes. Beautiful homes. You're going to catch me slipping or dipping. No. No, 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 no. That has always been my motto. So I just did all this rambling, ranting, talking, and everything I say is the full truth. And anything that someone may think to know, want to know, ask, honey, get on my lives and check it out because I talk about a lot of stuff, okay? I'm not a boring person. I'm very well, I know a lot, but I want to know more because you could tell me something too, okay? And like I said again, I'm not begging on here. Get on any of my videos. You ain't seeing me on here begging and asking for nothing at all. Monetization. I know a lot of people know what that is. They get on these platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Rambo, just to name a few. And they do things to get monetized to get paid. So it's working. Content creators. I don't care who it is. It could be a person that's really up the corporate ladder and they're a commentary person and they put like news out there about the celebrities or whatever. Regular people like us. I don't care. Everybody's regular to me. We can do what they're doing to get paid too. So, like I said, my hands ain't like cups. I am in a need, but I ain't begging. But anyhow, I hope everyone have a fantastic Friday. Check out my videos, like, subscribe, hit the notification, and honey, boom. I think I'm going to try to start posting them on my community wall. You can go check out stuff on there as well, and probably put a time. But see, I don't like putting time because I don't like promising. I say something like, I'm gonna try to come on today, or I'll be on today later on, or something. I don't like giving no date because you got people up there waiting and stuff. Oh, she so lied. See, I'm real. So anyhow, we are family, and I hope you have a fantastic day, weekend, hour, second, minute, and you know what? Because I say so, because we are family, and I truly mean that.